This podcast is about learning little tricks here and there on how to hack those programs that are running unconsciously and prevent us from really growing, really ascend in frequency. So today's episode is about healthy boundaries, but seen from probably a new perspective. Coming from a recovering people pleaser myself, I came to understand how important it is to maintain healthy boundaries between you and other people, right? People pleasers tend to let those boundaries vanish, and that's not healthy. And in Germany, particularly in Bavaria where I lived, they have a saying when they want to say something like it's none of your business, they say it's not your beer. Because beer is very important in German culture, and your beer is your beer. Everybody respects each other's beer. So this podcast is about learning little tricks here and there on how to hack those programs that are running unconsciously and prevent us from really growing, really ascend in frequency. And one of them is this analogy with the beer, because we already saw in a previous episode, I think it's the fruit hat episode, it's really good, you have to go see it. We explore what it is actually to blame others for the fact that you don't feel good, right? And we learned that doing that is really not your beer, because all you have to know is that whenever you feel bad, it has to be you. Like, how do you want to, why would you want to externalize the solution for the fact that you feel bad and say that it's because somebody else is doing something, and therefore I can't do anything about it, and therefore I'm not good, right? So blaming others is already a sign that, wait a minute, maybe that's not your beer. Another one is unsolicited advice, right? That's also a no-go, and another instance where the law of non-intervention will apply, right? Non-intervention is a cosmic law. You cannot interfere in anybody else's process. Everybody else's process is sacred, and interfering with that would have some karmic consequence. So we are going to be talking about non-interference. Where is it okay and where is it not okay to interfere? Obviously, we're not talking about, somebody's about to get bit by a mosquito and you help them out there a little bit. We're talking about big things, and obviously children. When you are raising kids, if I ask my nephew what he wants to eat for lunch every day, he would say ice cream, right? So obviously kids, you can tell them what is expected, what to do. You can help them learn like that. But adults, unless they are explicitly asking you, like it's not your beer, even if you think it's for the highest interest. I know that firsthand, because when I was making my decision in life of quitting a lucrative mainstream job in engineering in Germany to come here and form the Jungle Hub with nothing else in my hands other than the highest conviction of doing anything I've ever felt, and I came with my heart full already for this project, and of course it was going to flourish. So, but people were afraid. People in my family, in my closest circle of friends, they were genuinely afraid, and then they will come to you and say, no, I disagree with that. It's for your own interest. Aren't you considering this and this and that? It's like, look, it's so obvious that you're not doing this out of love, but you're doing this out of your own fear. So non-interference is key, and a lot of us tend to fall in the roles explained by the drama triangle, where you tend to fall into one of these three characters the victim, the villain, or the savior. And you have a certain role with somebody else. You may be the victim while your spouse is the villain, and then you change roles, or you might be the savior. The thing is that all of these roles are aspects of the ego in taking different forms, but this game, this play is perpetuating the bad energy. So we need to break out of it. We already talked a lot about the victim role in previous chapters. Today, I would love to focus on the savior role. So unless the person is asking, right, you never give solicited advice in the areas of life choice, life philosophy, and stuff like that, because it's private and you shouldn't be judging the other person if their process is simply different, right? We have to have the highest respect for people's processes. And sometimes we try to mess with it, we try to manipulate it so that they have the kind of life that we think it's okay for them to have. I mean, this is nonsense. Every soul has a mission, and every soul knows what they agreed to come to do here on earth. And if you start to tamper with that, it's going to create karmic consequences, because you are infringing the law of non-interference. You never know what the person agreed to come to this incarnation to experience, and they need to experience that. If you prevent that from happening, even if it's from your highest intention, right, you can try to approach it carefully from different angles. But if the person is set on having a certain experience, who are you to come here and say, no, I don't think so? I don't care what your soul contract is and what you actually came here to want to experience and learn. I believe that that should be different, and I'm going to help you. So no, you're not. You're not helping anybody. It also applies even when you are trying to give people spiritual advice that you know is infallible and they just have to get it, and you begin to push that. It's like, and then you're like, yeah, but they need to awaken, because the awakening, and they are going to be so grateful later. They're going to thank me later if I do this for them. No, and again, no, not your beer. Because you have no idea what this person came to this life to experience and how their process is supposed to develop. It's like when you get invited to someone's home to spend the night, and you happen to be the one that wakes up first. You don't go making noise all around the house. Everybody wake up because I woke up. No, you have to respect if people want to sleep. They probably need it. If people still want to sleep, you have to respect that. And not offer your unsolicited advice. So in that sense, you really can't save anybody. You can't save anybody. And what that also means is that nobody is going to come save you, right? This is the basis of personal responsibility, which we already discussed in the podcast as well. Nobody is going to come save you. Not the right politician, not the right partner, the perfect partner, not the best guru, not even a deity is going to come save your butt. You have to get up and save yourself. That is the bitter truth, like it or not. Actually, when you befriend that, life begins to get really easy, because you're beginning to step out of victimhood and take responsibility for your own ascension. So that's the best thing to begin to befriend. That's the best idea to begin to befriend. And unfortunately, in some kinds of fake spirituality, there is the notion that ascension is owed to you just because, and you don't really have to do nothing. And the truth is, Ascension is your right, but you have to claim it. You have to get up and actually claim it. Don't sit around and expect that it's owed to you and that's it, right? Personal responsibility. Action is required in this transition to the 5D. So a good way to remember this is what I call, I don't know, I don't call it, but I like to say that of all the buts in the world, there is actually only one that you have to save. Guess which one that would be? Yes, your own. And the other one is nobody's gonna come save your butt. You have to save your own. So remember that. You only have one butt to save, yours, and nobody's gonna come save your butt. I mean, we live in difficult times. If you manage to save your own butt, that's already a lot. And then you really help. When you have helped yourself and you have saved yourself, now you're in the high energy, and this is what helps others, right? In the transition to 5D, everything is energy and everything is frequency. So beliefs being told, accusations being made, all of that stuff is 3D and doesn't work anymore. What works is frequency. So if you save yourself, that's already a lot, and that's how you help the world with your high frequency, with your example. So that's the butts story in the thumbnail. It's great to understand that with personal responsibility and respecting healthy boundaries, now we can enjoy beer and be in harmony and peace. I hope you liked it, and if you would give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, maybe comment what you think of all of this, that will help the channel a lot. This kind of material is anti-popular, so that's the only way that the video can be shown to other people. All right, thanks a lot and see you next time.